In the quiet history of basketball, some teams rose beyond winning. They became dynasties, built on trust, sacrifice, and the patient pursuit of something greater. Tonight, we remember 4 of them. In the autumn of 1950, a man named Red Auerbach arrived in Boston. He was 33 years old. He had coached in Washington. He had coached in Tri-Cities. Now he would coach and manage the Celtics. The team was decent but incomplete. They could score. They struggled to stop anyone else from scoring. Auerbach believed in defense. He believed in sacrifice. He believed that if you could control the glass and sprint the floor, you could win without the most talented roster. But he needed someone to anchor it all, someone who valued winning over personal glory. In the spring of 1956, the Celtics held the 2nd pick in the draft. Auerbach wanted Bill Russell. Russell played at the University of San Francisco. He had led the Dons to 55 consecutive victories, 2 national championships. He changed shots. He started fast breaks with outlet passes. He saw the game differently. But Russell would not be available at number 2. The Rochester Royals held the 1st pick. They would take Hugo Green. St. Louis held the next selection. They wanted Russell. Auerbach had to make a deal.
He offered E. Macaulay and Cliff Hagan. Both were talented players. Both were important to Boston. But Auerbach valued Russell more. St. Louis agreed. The trade was complete. Russell belonged to the Celtics. There was a complication. Russell had committed to play for the United States in the Olympics. The games were in Melbourne. Russell would join the team late, very late. The season would already be underway. When Russell finally arrived in December, the Celtics were already good. Bob Cousy ran the offense with elegance. Bill Sharman could shoot. Tom Heinsohn provided scoring. But defense was still a question. Russell answered it immediately. He did not score much in his first season, 13 points per game. But he grabbed 19 rebounds each night. He blocked shots that others would not have attempted. He changed the geometry of the court. Opponents stopped driving. They hesitated. They second-guessed. The Celtics finished with a record of 44-28. They entered the playoffs as a contender. They defeated Syracuse in the first round. Then they faced St. Louis in the finals, the same team that had traded Russell away. The series went 7 games. Each one felt like a war. The final game was played in Boston. The Garden was loud. The score was close throughout. With seconds remaining, the Celtics led by 1 point. St. Louis had possession.
Jack Coleman of the Hawks drove toward the basket. Russell rotated over. He left his man. He elevated. He swatted the ball away. The Celtics recovered. Time expired. Boston won 103-102. Russell had 19 points and 32 rebounds. His first season, his first championship. It would not be his last. Over the next year, the Celtics lost in the finals to St. Louis, a rematch. But something shifted in Russell. He became more determined, more focused. The following season, 1958-59, Boston would begin a streak unlike anything basketball had seen. They won the championship in 1959. They won again in 1960 and 61 and 62 and 63 and 64 and 65 and 66. 8 consecutive titles. No team in professional sports had ever done it. No team has done it since. The victories were not easy. Every season brought challenges, injuries, fatigue, opponents who studied them endlessly. But the Celtics had something others did not. They had Russell, and they had each other. Auerbach retired as coach after the 1966 championship. He handed the job to Russell. Russell became the first African-American head coach in NBA history. He would also continue playing. A player coach. The responsibility was immense.
In 1969, Russell's final season, the Celtics were older, they were tired. They finished 4th in the Eastern Division. Few expected them to contend. But they found something in the playoffs. They defeated Philadelphia. They defeated New York. They reached the finals against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers had Wilt Chamberlain. They had Jerry West. They had Elgin Baylor. They were favored. The series went 7 games. Game 7 was in Los Angeles, the Forum. The Lakers led by 15 points in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics clawed back. In the final minutes, Russell played every possession like it was his last, because it was. He grabbed rebounds. He made defensive stops. He encouraged his teammates. The Celtics won 108-106. Russell's 11th championship in 13 seasons. He walked off the court exhausted, fulfilled, complete. The Celtics dynasty was built on a simple principle: defense wins, sacrifice wins, trusting your teammates wins. Russell averaged 15 points per game for his career, but he changed basketball. He showed that blocking shots could be an art form, that rebounding could control games, that winning mattered more than statistics. The banners hang in Boston, 11 of them from the Russell era. Each one represents in the quiet moments, when the garden was empty, you could almost hear the echoes, the sound of fast breaks, the sound of Cousie's bounce passes, the sound of Russell's footsteps chasing down another shot. The dynasty was not loud, it was relentless, and it set the standard for every team that followed. In the spring of 1979, a man named Jerry Buss made a decision. He purchased the Los Angeles Lakers. The price was $67 million. It included the team, the arena, and a ranch. Buss was not a traditional owner. He was an entrepreneur, a dreamer. He believed basketball could be more than a game. It could be entertainment, showtime. That same spring, the Lakers held the first pick in the draft. They selected Irvin Johnson from Michigan State. He was 6 feet 9 inches tall. He played point guard. He smiled constantly. His teammates called him Magic. The nickname fit. Magic joined a team that already had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem was 32 years old. He had won 5 MVP awards. He had perfected the skyhook. But the Lakers had not won a championship since 1972. They needed something new, something joyful. Magic provided it immediately. He ran the floor like a guard. He passed like an artist. He saw angles others could not. The Lakers hired Jack McKinney as coach, but McKinney suffered a serious bicycle accident early in the season. Paul Westhead took over. The team adjusted. They kept winning.
The Lakers finished the regular season with 60 wins. They defeated Phoenix in the first round of the playoffs. They defeated Seattle in the conference finals. They advanced to face the Philadelphia 76ers in the finals. Philadelphia had Julius Erving. They had talent. They were confident. The series was competitive. The Lakers won Game 1 in Los Angeles. Philadelphia responded by taking Game 2. The teams traded victories. Game 5 was in Los Angeles. The Lakers led the series 3-1. They could clinch at home. Late in the game, Kareem went up for a skyhook. He landed awkwardly. He grabbed his ankle. He limped to the bench. The Lakers won the game, but Kareem was injured severely. Team doctors examined him after the game. A sprain, a bad one. He would not be able to play in Game 6. Game 6 was in Philadelphia, the Spectrum. The Lakers would have to win on the road without their captain, without their best player. Westhead faced a decision. Who would jump center? Who would guard Darryl Dawkins? Magic volunteered. He was 20 years old. He had never played center, but he was not afraid. The team flew to Philadelphia. Kareem stayed behind in Los Angeles. His ankle was too swollen to travel. Before the game, Magic stood in the tunnel. He looked around. He smiled. He told his teammates they would win. They believed him. Magic jumped center against Caldwell Jones. He controlled the tip. The Lakers pushed the ball. Magic scored. He scored again. He played everywhere. Point guard, center, forward. He was constantly moving, constantly creating. By halftime, the Lakers led by 7 points. Magic had 21 points. The 76ers could not keep up. The pace was too fast. The pressure too great. In the second half, Magic continued. He grabbed rebounds. He made impossible passes. He scored from every spot on the floor. When the final buzzer sounded, the Lakers had won 123-107. Magic Johnson had 42 points, 15 rebounds,
7 assists, 3 steals. As a rookie, playing out of position in a championship-clinching game. On the road. It was one of the greatest performances in Finals history. Magic was named Finals MVP, the first rookie to win the award. He celebrated with his teammates on the court in Philadelphia. Kareem watched from Los Angeles. The dynasty had begun. The following season, the Lakers struggled. Westhead and Magic clashed. Westhead was fired. Pat Riley took over. Riley had been an assistant. He was young. He wore tailored suits. He slicked his hair back. He believed in the fast break. He believed in Showtime. Under Riley, the Lakers became poetry. They ran at every opportunity. Magic pushed the ball. Kareem finished with skyhooks. James Worthy slashed to the rim. Byron Scott spotted up for threes. The Forum became the center of basketball. Celebrities sat courtside. Jack Nicholson, Diane Cannon. The games felt like events. The Lakers won the championship in 1982. They defeated Philadelphia in 6 games. Magic averaged 16 points and 11 assists in the finals. Kareem was still dominant at 35 years old. The pieces fit perfectly. But championships create expectations, and expectations create pressure. In 1983, the Lakers were swept by Philadelphia in the finals. The loss stung. Magic felt responsible. He vowed to improve. The next season, 1983-84, the Lakers reached the finals again. They faced the Boston Celtics. The rivalry renewed. Magic versus Larry Bird, Kareem versus Robert Parrish, Showtime versus defense. The series went 7 games. Boston won. The Lakers were devastated. Magic walked off the court in silence. But defeat sharpened them. In 1984-85, the Lakers returned to the finals. Again, they faced Boston. Again, the series was brutal. Game 1 in Boston. The Celtics won by 34 points. The defeat was called the Memorial Day Massacre. The Lakers were embarrassed.
Riley gathered the team after the game. He told them they would win the series. They had to believe. Game 2 was crucial. The Lakers won in overtime. They stole one in Boston. The momentum shifted. The series went 6 games. Game 6 was in Boston, the Garden. The Celtics had never lost a finals-clinching game at home. The pressure was immense, but the Lakers played with calm. Magic controlled the tempo. Kareem scored 29 points. The Lakers won 111-100. They had defeated Boston in Boston. They had broken the curse. Magic was named Finals MVP. He averaged 18 points and 14 assists. But the victory meant more than statistics. It meant the Lakers could win anywhere, against anyone. They won again in 1987. Magic hit a running hook shot in Game 4 against Boston. He called it his junior skyhook, a tribute to Kareem. The shot gave the Lakers the lead late. They won the game. They won the series. Back-to-back championships. In 1988, they did it again. They defeated Detroit in 7 games. Kareem was 41 years old. He played 45 minutes in Game 7. The Lakers won 108-105. They became the first team since the 1969 Celtics to repeat as champions. Magic was Finals MVP again.
The Lakers reached the finals in 1989, but they lost to Detroit in a sweep. Kareem retired after the season. The dynasty was over, but the legacy remained. 5 championships in the 1980s, 9 finals appearances in 12 years. Magic and Kareem, Riley's slicked back hair, the fast break that became Showtime, the forum filled with celebrities, basketball as entertainment, as art. Magic retired in 1991 after announcing he had HIV. The news shocked the world, but his impact on basketball never faded. He showed that joy and winning could coexist, that passing could be as valuable as scoring, that a smile could be a weapon. The Lakers of the 80s were not just a team, they were a movement. They changed how basketball was played, how it was marketed, how it was experienced. And in the quiet moments, when the forum was dark, you could still feel it, the energy, the magic, the show. In the autumn of 1984, the Chicago Bulls selected Michael Jordan with the 3rd pick in the draft. He had played at North Carolina. He had hit the game-winning shot in the 1982 National Championship. He could jump, he could score, but few predicted what would follow.
Jordan's rookie season was impressive. He averaged 28 points per game. He brought energy, but the Bulls were not good. They won 38 games. They lost in the first round of the playoffs. Jordan was talented, but talent alone does not create dynasties. The Bulls drafted Scottie Pippen in 1987. He was from Central Arkansas. He was long, he was versatile. Jordan and Pippen formed a connection, but the team was still incomplete. They needed a coach who could unlock their potential. In 1989, Phil Jackson was promoted from assistant to head coach. Jackson was unconventional. He practiced meditation. He read philosophy. He believed in the triangle offense. He believed in balance. He told Jordan that to win championships, he had to trust his teammates. Jordan was skeptical, but he listened. The Bulls improved, but they could not break through. Standing in their way were the Detroit Pistons, the bad boys, physical, brutal, ruthless. Led by Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and Bill Laimbeer, the Pistons beat the Bulls in the playoffs 3 years in a row, 1988, 1989, 1990. The losses were not close. They were beatings. The Pistons created defensive schemes specifically for Jordan. The Jordan rules. They doubled him. They hit him. They made him work for every point. Jordan would score 30 or 40,
But the Bulls would lose. Critics questioned whether Jordan could win championships, whether he was too individualistic, whether he made his teammates better. Jordan internalized the criticism. He worked harder. He lifted weights. He became stronger. Pippen developed into an all-star. Horace Grant provided rebounding and defense. The pieces were aligning. In the spring of 1991, the Bulls faced Detroit again. Eastern Conference Finals. The Pistons were defending champions. They were confident. But something had shifted in Jordan. He was calmer, more patient. He trusted the system. The Bulls swept Detroit in 4 games. They dominated. In Game 4, with the outcome decided, the Pistons walked off the court before time expired. They did not shake hands. They were angry, bitter. Their dynasty was over. Chicago's was beginning. The Bulls advanced to the finals. They faced the Los Angeles Lakers. Magic Johnson, Showtime. The series felt like a passing of the torch. The Bulls won in 5 games. Jordan averaged 31 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. He was named Finals MVP. He cried while holding the trophy. 17 years old when he started playing basketball. Now he was a champion. The Bulls won again in 1992. They defeated Portland in 6 games. Jordan scored 35 points in Game 1. He made 6 three-pointers in the first half. He shrugged. The image became iconic. Back-to-back championships. In 1993, the Bulls faced Phoenix. Charles Barkley had won MVP that season, but the Bulls won in 6 games. Jordan averaged 41 points per game in the finals. 41! He made the game-winning shot in Game 6. Triple championship. 3-peat. The Bulls were exhausted. Jordan was exhausted. That summer, tragedy struck. Jordan's father was murdered. The news devastated him. In October, Jordan announced his retirement. He was 29 years old, at the peak of his career. He walked away. He needed space. He needed peace. Jordan tried baseball. He played for the Birmingham Barons, Double-A. He struggled. He missed basketball. In March of 1995, he returned. 2 words on a press release: "I'm back." The Bulls lost in the playoffs that year. Jordan was rusty. He had been away for 17 months. But he spent the summer working, preparing, getting sharper. In 1995 to 96, the Bulls became historic. They won 72 games, 10 losses, the best regular season record in NBA history. Jordan won MVP. Pippen was an all-star. Dennis Rodman joined the team and led the league in rebounding. The defense was suffocating. The offense unstoppable. The Bulls defeated Seattle in the finals, 6 games. Jordan averaged 27 points. He was named Finals MVP. After Game 6, he collapsed on the floor holding the ball. He cried. It was Father's Day. His first. the Bulls won again in 1997. They defeated Utah in 6 games. Game 5 is remembered as the flu game. Jordan was severely ill, dehydrated, weak. He could barely stand before the game, but he played 44 minutes. He scored 38 points. The Bulls won 90-88. Jordan collapsed into Pippen's arms afterward, exhausted, triumphant. In 1998, the Bulls faced Utah again. The series went 7 games. Game 6 was in Utah. The Bulls led the series 3-2. They could close it out on the road. The game was tight. With under a minute remaining, Utah led 86-83. Jordan drove to the basket. He scored 86-85. Utah had possession. Karl Malone with the ball. Jordan came from behind. He stripped Malone. Chicago ball. 20 seconds left. Jordan dribbled at the top of the key. The clock ticked down. He drove right. He crossed over. He stopped. He shot. The ball hung in the air. Swish. 87-86. Bulls led. 5 seconds remained. Utah missed. The Bulls won. Jordan's last shot as a Bull. The last shot. 6 championships in 8 years. 2 three-peats. Jordan won Finals MVP all 6 times. He never lost in the finals. The Bulls dynasty was not just about winning. It was about dominance, about relentlessness, about a player who refused to accept anything less than perfection.
Jackson retired after 98. Jordan retired again. Pippen left. The dynasty ended, but the impact never faded. Jordan had globalized basketball. Kids in every country wanted to be like Mike. The triangle offense became gospel. The Bulls became legend. In the quiet corners of the United Center, where the banners hang, you can still feel it. The intensity, the focus, the will to win. Jordan's footsteps on the court, Pippen's defense, Rodman's rebounds, the roar of the crowd. The dynasty was not peaceful, but it was perfect, and it changed basketball forever. In the summer of 2009, the Golden State Warriors selected Stephen Curry with the 7th pick in the draft. He had played Davidson. He was 6 feet 2 inches tall, slight build. He could shoot, but scouts worried. Too small, too weak, not athletic enough. 6 teams passed on him. Curry joined a franchise that had not won a championship since 1975. 34 years. The Warriors were known for chaos, for excitement, for losing. They played in Oakland, the Oracle Arena. The fans were loyal, but hope was scarce. In Curry's second season, his ankles began to... In 2011, the Warriors drafted Klay Thompson. He was 6 feet 6 inches tall, son of Michael Thompson. He could shoot. He played defense. Curry and Thompson became known as the Splash Brothers. In 2012, the Warriors drafted Draymond Green in the 2nd round, 35th pick. Green was undersized, but he was smart. He was vocal. He was relentless. The pieces were gathering, but the Warriors were still mediocre. They made the playoffs occasionally. They lost early. In 2014, the Warriors hired Steve Kerr as head coach. Kerr had played for the Bulls, for the Spurs. He had won 5 championships as a player. He understood winning. He understood sacrifice. Kerr installed a system based on ball movement, on spacing, on three-point shooting. He trusted Curry to be the engine. He trusted Green to be the voice. He trusted Thompson to be consistent. The Warriors finished the 2014-15 season with 67 wins. Curry won MVP. The Oracle was loud again. The Warriors entered the playoffs as favorites. They defeated New Orleans. They swept Memphis. They defeated Houston in 5 games. They advanced to the finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love. But Love was injured. He could not play. Irving was injured in Game 1. He would miss the rest of the series. LeBron carried the Cavaliers alone. The series went 6 games. The Warriors won at home, 105-97. Their first championship since 1975. Curry was emotional. The drought was over. The following season, 2015-16, the Warriors became historic. They started 24-0. They kept winning. They finished 73-9, one more win than the 1996 Bulls, the best regular season record ever. Curry won MVP unanimously, the first player in history to receive every first-place vote. He averaged 30 points per game. He made 402 three-pointers. The game had never seen anything like it. The Warriors entered the playoffs as overwhelming favorites. They stumbled against Oklahoma City in the conference finals. They fell behind 3-1, but they rallied. They won Game 5. They won Game 6. They won Game 7. They advanced to face Cleveland again in the finals. The series was intense. The Warriors won Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. They led 3-1, one win away from back-to-back titles, one win from perfection. But something shifted. Cleveland won Game 5 in Oakland, 112-97. They won Game 6 in Cleveland, 115-101. Game 7, winner-take-all in Oakland, the Oracle. The game was close throughout, tied at 89 with under 2 minutes remaining. LeBron blocked Andre Iguodala's layup. Kyrie hit a three-pointer over Curry. Cleveland led 92-89. The Warriors could not respond. Cleveland.
The defeat was crushing. Curry sat in the tunnel after the game, silent, heartbroken. The perfect season had ended in failure. Critics questioned the Warriors, questioned Curry, questioned whether shooting threes could win championships. That summer, the Warriors made a decision. They pursued Kevin Durant. Durant had lost to the Warriors in the conference finals. He was a free agent. He was one of the best players in the world. The Warriors pitched him ball movement, spacing, championships. Durant signed. The league reacted with anger. The Warriors were too good, too stacked, unfair. But the Warriors did not care. They had lost. They wanted to win. The 2016-17 season was dominant. The Warriors won 67 games. They entered the playoffs focused. They swept Portland. They swept Utah. They swept San Antonio. 12-0. They faced Cleveland in the finals for the third straight year. The series was not close. The Warriors won in 5 games. Durant averaged 35 points per game. He was named Finals MVP. The Warriors celebrated, but the victory felt inevitable, expected. They won again in 2018. Another finals against Cleveland. Another gentleman's sweep. Durant won Finals MVP again. Back-to-back titles. The Warriors had become a dynasty, but the dominance created resentment. Fans wanted competition. They wanted drama. The Warriors provided excellence instead. In 2019, the Warriors reached the finals again, 5th straight appearance. They faced Toronto, but injuries struck. Durant tore his Achilles. Thompson tore his ACL. The Warriors fought, but they lost in 6 games. The dynasty appeared over. Durant left in free agency. Thompson would miss the entire next season. Curry would break his hand early in 2019-20. The Warriors won 15 games, the worst record in the league. The fall was steep. But in 2021-22, something unexpected happened. Curry was healthy. Thompson returned. The Warriors won 53 games. They entered the playoffs as a threat. They defeated Denver. They defeated Memphis. They defeated Dallas. They reached the finals against Boston. The series went 6 games. Game 6 was in Boston. The Warriors led the series 3-2. Curry scored 43 points. He made 6 three-pointers. He destroyed the Celtics defense. The Warriors won 103-90. Curry was named Finals MVP.
4 championships in 8 years, 5 finals appearances. The Warriors had changed basketball. Teams copied their style. Threes became essential. Ball movement became religion. Curry became the greatest shooter in history. He finished his career with over 3,700 made three-pointers. No one else was close. The dynasty was built on shooting, on spacing, on trust. Green never scored much, but he defended. He passed. He led. Thompson never needed the ball, but he made shots. He guarded the best players. He sacrificed. Curry never demanded control, but he changed gravity. He bent defenses. He made everyone better. In the quiet moments at the Chase Center, where the Warriors now play, you can still feel it. The movement, the threes falling, the crowd roaring, Curry's shimmy, Green's voice, Thompson's release. The dynasty was beautiful. It was joyful, and it proved that basketball could be played differently, that threes could beat twos, that skill could beat size, that trust could beat talent. 4 dynasties, 4 families, built on trust and time. The Celtics showed that defense wins. The Lakers showed that joy wins. The Bulls showed that greatness wins. The Warriors showed that change wins. The banners remain,
the memories linger, and in the quiet, the gain continues.